we live? All right. Hello, hello, hello. Good day. Well, there are some things going on Twitter that I thought to myself, today's supposed to be my day off, but let's get right into it, I guess. So today was supposed to be my day off. Me and Nemesis were supposed to do some things. We're going to do it after his stream. But also I have meetings that I have to attend. I have a meeting at 2 a.m. and then I have a meeting at 4 a.m. and then I have another meeting at 6 a.m. And then somewhere in between there, I have to make a video with Nemesis for YouTube. Also, the skin video I think is going out tomorrow, but I'm not totally sure on that one. We're going to figure that out a little bit later. Not the end of the world. Well, it's 2 a.m. my time because it's morning in California. All right. No, I did not turn down for Watt today. All right, let's see. All right, so let me pull up what happened. So let me pull up what's happened. Let me make sure that my cam is not like obstructing any of this. Thank you, Das Gabriella. Thank you. Whoa there, Addo. Plants Don't Fly and Crystalmore. Thank you for subscribing as well. Thank you. And Limesicle. I think I was offline when you did this, but thank you for the gifted subs. Okay, Inax. Get yourself a man like Inax. So here's a guy. 19-year-old Grandmaster Fiora, main YouTuber, streamer, business inquiries. Now, interestingly enough, I don't know who this person is. I'll be completely honest with you. I guess this is his girlfriend. This is all fine. Okay. Website says I'm rank 1 Fiora World. I think it says a lot usually when... Oh, he's unironically saying it. Okay. So he's a Grandmaster... He's a Grandmaster North American player. I guess he's a streamer. I've never heard of him before, so I don't know anything about him. I'll go to his Twitch page. Give me a little bit here. We're doing some investigating. 52k followers. Let's see. What's source? Let me take a look here. Okay. He has 308 subs. Or he has 300 subs, which is actually pretty good. He also has a Raid Shadow Legends sponsorship, so that's not bad either. I don't know what his chat interactiveness or anything like that is. I think this game is... I'm actually not sure what the MMR of this game is, but we can check out like chat interaction, I think, if I go to the stream. It seems like there's minute-long gaps between messages. Seems like there's minute-long gaps. 3,700 total views on the video. 6.7k, 2.3. 13 days ago. I mean, there's a lot of infrequency in the stream. But anyways, this doesn't really matter. Let's get into the meat of what happened. So, makes a post that says "Scummy League Streamer Rant Read." Okay. So don't ask me how I get dragged into this. I always get dragged into this because it just always feels like that like round table thing that I talked about with Hotshot, where it's like you kick open. Hello, Lippo Lane, new staff member here. Previously sub for 1 month. Hopefully too soon. You know what I'm talking about, or what? You know what I'm saying, right? Lippo Lane. I think it's time. I get dragged because I'm... No, Juan, that's not why I get dragged. Juan, when are you switching to fucking League? I actually got asked about you the other day, and I had 2 more StarCraft 2 pros messaged me in DMs, Juan, saying that they're ready to make the jump and can I help? Honestly, Juan over here just fucking spitting on me and Nemesis's help. Juan could have practiced in Korea with me and Nemesis, lived with us, made a transition to League of Legends, and literally been coached by both of us. No, Nick, I gotta keep playing StarCraft 2. You fucking asshole, you dumb idiot. The Spanish and Portuguese scene needs a League of Legends analyst, Juan. That could have been you, okay? Oh my god, Juan. Fucking native in both languages. Native in both languages, this fucking asshole won't make the switch. Juan, hurry up. Hurry up and switch. We can still do this. Hurry up, Juan. Make the switch. I'll message you in private who messaged me. But two more StarCraft 2 pros. Okay, so anyways, let's read this. Okay, hey everyone. I wasn't originally ever going to make this tweet about this, despite how messed up this person is, due to not wanting to start drama and keep in good terms with the streamer Karasmai. Now that I don't want to stream as a career anymore, or much at all anymore, I don't really care to keep quiet. A solo queue game with Karasmai sparked my remembrance of this, and after he two-faced a story to his stream, so I don't know the context of that. There's obviously no clips linking to it. There's not a VOD timestamp or anything like that. So what happened? Well, back in early February of this year, I was going through my first time experiencing depression. I was living on my own for the first time. Rent is crazy expensive as I live in Los Angeles, born and raised, so money is a big factor for this. Whenever I see stuff like this, my initial knee-jerk reaction is that you don't have to live in LA if you're by yourself. I feel like, now obviously I'm obviously lacking a lot of information, right? If his only reason for living in LA is family, that's kind of like, that's sort of, I don't know. Yeah, I don't feel anything towards that. Because I think that there's nothing preventing like commutes, or like you could live in like I think Las Vegas is like very cheap, right? Or like Nevada. I mean, not, you know, I mean it's pretty close. But you could also, if you're a streamer, you can live anywhere, so it's actually in your best interest to live in the best possible location. Now, if you're a large streamer, there is reasons to live in LA because a lot of connections, IRL collaborations, and like all these other things. The alternative also in recent years is now Texas. But one of the things I remember I called Sky Williams a fucking idiot was he kept telling me that he had to live in LA, and I just kept saying, you do not need to live in LA. You need to move the fuck out of LA. I went on a bunch of like real estate listings all across the country, and I found like very large houses, very nice houses that he could have lived in, very affordable areas. I looked up like grocery stores, like, you know, in close proximity to those places. And then I looked up the average prices at those grocery stores. So like I did a lot of things to try to do that. So generally whenever a streamer says something like this, it's always sort of like a red flag to me, because it's sort of like you're doing it to yourself, unless there's a really good reason for you to be there, which again, I think that there is a way that LA can be good to be there, but in this case, it's not. My sole source of income was streaming and YouTube. Okay, get out of LA. And I really don't know what to do, so I posted about it on Twitter, seeing if people had solutions on how to have a more positive mindset or whatnot. Now, streaming is extremely hard, and you should honestly never get started into it unless you already have very big people in the scene backing you, or one of the things that you can do is if you're genuinely really, really good at the game, you can then try offering to help out other people or do collaborations that way. Or you can do the Greek God thing, which is you just show up in the chat of all the popular streamers. One of the only organic like Twitch streamers that I think I've seen do it literally on their own recently in the Western scene is Polypuff. Polypuff is basically the Korean Greek God X. Polypuff goes around to every boot camper. Dude, if you land in Korea, if you are in an airplane above the Korean peninsula, Polypuff knows. Okay? If you land there, he's your best friend. You need to know Korean? He's your personal fucking translator. You got some issues with your landlord? Polypuff's on the case. You have some issues with some Korean guy in your champ select? Polypuff's coming to your aid. You need a duo partner because you're lonely? Polypuff's got an account. Don't you worry about it. So Polypuff went into every boot camper's Twitch chat and would translate what the Koreans were saying. Polypuff befriends lots of big people. Lots of them. Now, it helps that he's like D2 to Grandmaster, right? It helps, and he's also native in English, and he's a Korean. Well, he also self-learned video editing. He self-taught himself video editing, and then he started offering editing services for other big streamers. In addition to continuing to do the Korean Greek God X of like living in every... honestly, this guy's Chatterino must have like 50 tabs. Polypuff is the last person that I've ever seen organically grow on Twitch in League of Legends without the direct aid of someone else. Polypuff basically did it on his own. Now, Polypuff obviously realizes these opportunities, he knows what he's doing, and he's very cognizant of all of his actions, right? He's fully aware that, he is literally leapfrogging popular streamers' Twitch chats. His name is very recognizable. It's so fucking... he has a fucking Bard icon. Like, you can't not recognize Polypuff. And then his name is hilarious. So Polypuff has a lot of good stuff going for him, right? So Polypuff was one of the last people that I ever remember doing this successfully. Prior to that, I mean, who's the last really big streamer that came out of League of Legends on Twitch? It's Sanch, right? And I remember thinking Sanchovy is one of the best streamers on the whole fucking platform, regardless of whatever his size was. His chat interaction, humor, good looks, gameplay, all of the above. Everything sort of like comes together for Sanch, right? So I really wanted to see Sanchovies grow. So every time after LCS co-streams, I would try to host or raid Sanchovies, right? I always liked when he was on the stream because he made my mood a lot better. I'm a fucking depressed, anxious wreck 99% of the time, but if Sanch is in the call, it's pretty hard to be sad. So, Sanch is just genuinely really fucking good. Now, Sanchovies also had help from Yasuo. You guys might know Mo, obviously. Sanchovies had a lot of help from him, but then Sanchovies is also very good at, like, networking. He's very good at being funny. He's just very good at being, like, someone that you can sort of relate to and, like, want to watch, right? It's very easy to watch Sanch. Now, Sanch does have his toxic moments. We all do. But outside of Sanchovies, I haven't seen anyone else, It seems like a lot of growth that, like, lower tier, middle tier streamers experience, myself included, actually comes from the death of other streamers or the transition of other streamers, right? I wholeheartedly acknowledge that Skara used to do patch rundowns. Saint Vicious used to do patch rundowns. Freak did patch rundowns. There was someone else that did patch rundowns. They all stopped. I'm the only person left for patch rundowns. Well, I mean, Freak still does it, right? But there was like that cycle where there was like 5 of us or 4 of us. Shifter did it, yeah. Shifter did it as well. There was a lot of people that used to do patch rundowns and videos like this, and they left, and that left a void, okay? Cutie Pie left. Well, those League viewers need to go somewhere, right? So they're gonna be sort of gobbled up. This is like actually, Addicting Games, Little Big Snake. You know what I'm talking about? It's the same thing. When one of the snake leaves the battlefield, someone's gonna gobble up that essence, So basically, this is sort of how streaming is, and I think that a lot of people don't really understand streaming, which is part of the drama that I'm going to get into in just a second here, because ultimately, the thing that's happening here is people who are ignorant to streaming, content creation, brand creation, social media engagement usage, people who are very inept at this and literally don't know anything that's going on, are basically being offered by people to join some like team that will help content creation, all this other stuff. And the reason that I feel very passionate about this is because I feel like this is very it's very trying to think of the right word. There's a lot of words that come to my head that I want to use, but I'll be tone policed if I use them. So I'm trying to think of the right word. Predatory is definitely, I think, synonymous with it. It's not explicitly a scam. It's one of those things where it's not, wait, let me see, hold on. Let's see. I don't know. Is it? I'm trying to think. What the word is. Anyways, TLDR. It's mostly that we're gonna be talking about. Anyways, fast forward. Okay. So we did that little talk. Yeah, it's very exploitive. It's very predatory. There's a lot of stuff going on with it. There's definitely a lot. But I'll get into it later. Okay. A few hours later, I have plenty of DMs from people. One of them being good old Karasmai. Okay. Karasmai asked if I was doing well, and I reply with, "Not really, man. Stream dying, getting fat as fuck, locked into an apartment lease, so bills are fucking my mental. Everything is getting worse. I don't know, man." True. So him hearing my bills are fucking my mental, he thinks, I got an idea. I might be able to help you if you're interested. Right now, I only have a few people signed, but me and Professor Akali are signing people to help grow their Twitch and YouTube. He then goes on to explain how this would work. Basically, it's a stream team where he would host me here and there and give me tips on how to become a bigger streamer. And then goes, the contract would be 30% of your Twitch sub-ad sponsor revenue for 2 years. But like I said, with being at higher viewer count, you will be making way more than usual over time. Now, a couple of gripes here. Tips on how to be a bigger streamer. The reality is that, so the reason that I was talking about the fallout earlier on is because a lot of these people are actually byproducts of the fallout. No one's on League anymore, okay? No pros stream League anymore, okay? Everyone has different time slots. There's not a lot of solo queue streamers anymore, okay? A lot of people casually grew due to magnetism, or like, basically, streamers left the League category, and so some viewers trickle in, right? The reality is that most people who talk about brand creation, social media, understanding branding, understanding how to grow a stream, and like all this other stuff, it's usually pretty gross. It's not that they can't do it. It's not that they can't do it at all or something, or it's not that they can't pump you, or it's not that they can't make certain things, but some of them are downright pretty bad at like what they think goes into like making the stream or making the brand and like other stuff. Now, I'm a person that I feel pretty confident of my own knowledge or awareness on brand creation, reach, attention, and like all these other things, right? Because I think that I'm a byproduct of it. I think that I filled a space that other people weren't willing to fill, which was to basically be abrasive, push boundaries, make people uncomfortable, and then be very loud with a lot of topics within the scene that no one seemed to want to talk about, right? With engagement and like all this other stuff. So I felt like literally, I had a career because I was willing to do things other people seemingly did not want to do because they were afraid to do it due to backlash. And I myself was once afraid because I didn't have the stature that I do now. And I understand how the industry works, where if you try to step on too many toes, people basically better be afraid of you in a way. Because if they're not, then, you get these, like, hit fucking jobs behind the scenes, where people try to, like, collaborate together and stuff to, like, fucking sabotage your content and, like, all this other fucking good jazz. And you always have to be on edge. So most people in the industry are very, very scummy. It's not just a League of Legends thing. It's basically an everything thing. I mean, just look at the fucking Smash scene, right? Look at the Smash scene, look at StarCraft, like, look at so many different things, right? There's just so many things. I mean, there's the thing I talked about on stream the other day that was eventually brought to my attention because people are morons and they literally can't think past more than the next 1 minute in their future. But I was already made aware of the fact that certain individuals in the LCS think that the amount of stuff that I'm causing with like takes and meta comments and like all this other stuff that I need to be removed from the scene. So they've reached out to other people to see if they feel the same way. Well, obviously the people that they reach out to end up coming back to me. So and I'm totally fine to like just say this. I'm totally fine to say this in public. I mean, it's not my first rodeo, right? In 2017, I was blacklisted from several talent agencies due to existing coaches in the scene not wanting me to be able to be participating in LCS when it entered into franchising. This started in September 2017, and it went on until about November, December, until I eventually caught wind of it, got access to the emails that were a cycled chain, where it was basically reported that, I was to be blacklisted from talent agencies that were seeking coaching staff and other types of staff, and that my name would be intentionally either not mentioned or it would be smeared. And then I gained access to these emails because one of the people who were involved in the emails thought that it was extremely fucking corrupt and wrong. And so they actually gave me access to the emails without redacting any of the people who were a part of it. So that's fine. It's not my first rodeo. So that's pretty much that. Anyways, fast forward. Okay. I might be able to help if you're interested. Okay, so he goes on to explain how this would work. Basically, it's a stream. The contract would be 30% of your Twitch sub ad sponsor revenue. Now, if you guys don't know, the way that Twitch actually works, right, is that there's various different tiers of partner. And so there's different tiers of partner, right? Let's just say that you're regular, right? Let's say that you get a 50-50 split. Okay, so the 50-50 split's going to come through. You're going to get 50% of that, and then you're going to give 30% of your 50 to the to them. So that's really good. That's really good. That's really good. Yeah. Ad and sponsor revenue. So they're going to, now this is probably where the juice comes in for them. This is definitely where the juice comes in for them. Because sponsor revenue, if they can pump your views, regardless of how much sticks, and this is again where the incompetence, and this is where the ignorance for people inside of the scene, they don't understand it, right? It doesn't actually matter how many views you have. They're taking about 30% of the 100% it gets. Obviously, that is how it reads. What do you mean? They take 30% of your Twitch sub ad sponsor revenue. What do you mean? What? Yes. He only gets 50% of a donate. It's 30% of the 50. No. So, no. I'm only talking about Twitch ad revenue. So Twitch. Yeah, you get 100% of your ad revenue, right? But Twitch sub revenue, yeah, you only get 50%. Yeah, of course. Yeah, they're agent repping for sponsors. So here's the thing that'll go on. Okay. So this is the way that this, is good for them. So most people in the scene are pretty ignorant about this. But the amount of views that you actually have, it doesn't necessarily mean anything, right? I talked about this on one of my previous streams, right? There are 10K Andys that only have 2,000 subs. Now, they might not have the special split on Twitch, okay? The special split on Twitch means that you get a higher percentage of your per sub. You get a higher cut of sub, okay? So even if you have 2,000 subs, you might still be making less than someone that makes a lot less than you, even if you're a 10K Andy. Now, 10K Andy can translate pretty well into ad revenue, but in terms of like monetization of subs, it doesn't actually stick. So the thing that the 10K viewers is really good at is it's really good at getting you sponsorship acquisitions, and sponsorships can actually pay a lot of money. Sponsorships can pay anywhere from, I think on like the low end for like an activation, it can pay somewhere like, 1,000 bare minimum, and on the high end, it can go up to like $20,000, and you can get higher ones than that, for sure. There are definitely ones that go higher than that, but it does matter on your view count. It matters on demographic. Generally, for these massive ones, you need to be able to show your demographic. You need to be able to show, viewer data and like all this other stuff that you have to do. It's not per hour. It's per activation. So basically what's happening here is that even if you have a lot of viewers, it doesn't mean that it translates into anything tangible. Also, depending on what your contract is with Twitch, your CPM might not be that high. So CPM, is going to translate into how much ad revenue you generate from viewers. Now, depending on if the viewers are running ad block, all this other good jazz, and all this, other nice stuff. Even if you get hosts, most hosts don't stick. I mean, this is just a reality, right? You get a 2,000 viewer host. If you can even keep 500 of that, that's okay. I mean, it's okay if you get a 2,000 viewer host, you can keep 500. Most people don't do that, right? If you monitor what happens to most people when they get hosted, I mean, this is one of the reasons that so back when I was like hosting and rating certain people, a lot, after LCS streams, I would host Sanch, right? I would mostly only host Sanch. A lot of other people I hosted someone once and they messaged me after and they actually asked me to not do it again because they said that it fucked with their mental. Because what it basically said, what happened was I gave them a large host. I think I gave them like 8 or 9K or something like that. And it was after an LEC stream. And afterwards, they said that just seeing the viewer count constantly drop made them think that they're not likable and they're not enjoyable. And it just fucked with them the whole stream, and it made them not think like that their content's good and all this other stuff, right? Now, after that conversation, I actually reached out to several other people that were smaller streamers, and they said that they might actually feel the same way. So it's kind of weird. So after that, I stopped hosting and rating people. Unless, that was last year. Now I can't actually host or rate people unless they're not affiliated with an org or a team. But anyways, so that is one of the things that can happen. And personally, myself, I remember getting hosted back in the day, and that would actually also drive a lot of problems for me mentally, right? I'm someone that struggles with mental health issues, which, no doubt, I've never been secretive of that. I've tried to be like glass house when it comes to that, but I remember getting hosted. I mean, not even getting hosted. I just remember like the spikes that I would have, right? There was a period, this was like winter 2017, right? This is before the return of Tyler 1. You guys know what I'm talking about? This is when Tyler was like on a hiatus, okay? A lot of streamers were up in viewership. I went from being like a 1.7K Andy or like 1.6K Andy or something like that. And I actually made it up to about 3K, I made it up to about 3K CCVs. After Tyler came back, viewership dropped dramatically, and then after viewership dropped dramatically, it kept going down. That really fucked with me. Honestly, there was a point where, I considered stopping. Well, I considered stopping like streaming in the traditional sense that I was doing it, and I thought I would just go back to coaching, and doing coaching and OPGG streams because that was a way to monetize really well. But fortunately, I honestly got a Hail Mary. I got to get out of jail free, in a way, by Riot. But also I had come up with the idea of live viewing. Live viewing was something no one else was doing at that point in time. Hold on, let me turn on the AC. I'm fucking sweating. Okay. All right, so we'll fast forward. Okay. 30% of my income for 2 years. That's obviously really bad. I'm telling him I'm hurting on bills. My mental is all whack, and he's trying to trick me into a contract. I kindly declined after going back and forth, and ever since, okay, there's a typo. Ever since, I've distanced myself from going into a stream and just lost all respect for the guy. So overall, I know Karasmai gets a ton of flame on Twitter for being two-faced in League, but just thought people should know he's two-faced in DMs too. Don't flex your rank in League with me when you play all day and don't even have a driver's license. I have a normal job, go outside and still... Okay, well, this is just fucking cringe. That last one, dude, no one cares, man. No one cares. Jesus Christ. Jesus fucking mother of God. Okay, so... Let's see. Screenshots for reference. Okay, February 4th. Reasons of depression and new mindset moving forward. Hey, guys. I've been thinking about this all day and been stressed, depressed for a good time now. Pretty long post, but it needs to be said. Recently, I've been going through a ton of mental games that have impacted me as a person for a few months now, along with COVID lockdown eating at all of us. I lost my muscle and put on weight. Lost number of Twitch and YouTube. Okay. Is that it? Wait, where's the twit longer? What? Whatever. Karasmai says, you good, bro, 317. Now, wait, what? Wait. February 3rd. February 4th. Wait, what? Wait. So I posted about it on Twitter. After he posted, Karasmai messaged him. What? It doesn't matter about time zone. They're both in the United States. The time zone can only be 3 hours. Well, not if you're in Hawaii. Wait, what is going on? This just dawned on me. Wait. He said Karasmai messaged him after his twit longer. His twit longer came on February 4th, but Karasmai messaged him on February 3rd. Wait, what is going on? Okay, guy in chat, a 3-hour time gap. Okay, let's rewind or fast forward. 3:17 p.m. Do you get February 4th? Well, he's holding up his fingers right now. Hold on. He's carry. Well, no, LS, I guess not. Well, thank you, guy in chat. Thank you. Thank you for that one. Thank you. Can we resume? Can we resume? Thank you. Thank you for that one. All right. Well. Jesus. Check his on his. I don't know. Okay. Maybe something's off here. We're going to say that something is not off. I'm just not going to look at it right now. Okay. Karasmai says, so far, I have a couple of streamers on board. Me, Professor Stevens Jax? Wait, does he mean Stevens Jax? I don't know who this is. I don't know who this is. Stevens I don't know who this is. Okay. And essentially, we will be hosting each other and helping build off of each other. Now, this is a good idea. And maybe make content together for YouTube every now and then. Now, this is very intentional language. Because the language allows them to not be bound to it. All right. If you say every now and then and you put out one video every 2 months, it falls under the exact language that they're using. The language is very intentional. You'll recognize language like this when dealing with con men. You'll recognize language like this when dealing with people who are manipulative. You'll recognize language used like this. Basically, people that are trying to take advantage of situations. It's there to provide a way out. It's a slippery thing, right? So generally, now this isn't bad that he's saying it inherently, but when it comes time to the content or the contract, right, this has to be nailed down. This has to be nailed down. You have to know that this language is very vague and it's meant to defend him, not you. And that's just how it is, right? And then Like Me and Professor have done this and got videos with millions of viewers with people like Cat Evolved or Fogged. Just stupid ideas like 3 versus 5, random e-girls or whatever. The contract would be 30% of your Twitch sub ad revenue for 2 years, but like I said, with being at higher viewer count, you'll be making way more than usual over time. So here's the thing. Out the gate, it doesn't translate into anything. I don't doubt that some people can stick. Some people can stick from hosts. Some can. It's very hard. Now, if someone's ignorant of this, and someone doesn't understand streaming, someone doesn't understand content creation, someone doesn't understand branding, someone doesn't understand YouTube algorithms, someone doesn't understand thumbnails, editing, and all this other fucking shit, they're not going to know what you're saying, is ultimately what's going on here, okay? Even if eventually the person is making more money down the line, there's a math equation here to where they actually break even from what they were making before. But then there's also an equation where what is the trade-off from then being associated with some of these people, because now your image is also somewhat dependent on their image, and that's always a really scary thing. Generally, you don't want to get into bed with certain people who you don't know. That's another very big thing, right? You don't want to get into bed with people that you don't know. And I mean, there's a lot of things that I could say probably on this, but obviously this is a massive yikes for me. And the other reason that this is a massive yikes is because the 2-year contract with like vague language, potentially hosts and whatnot, these people know that hosts don't mean fucking anything. Dude, anyone that says that dude, the amount of people that have like reached out to me and asked me to host them thinking that it's going to make them a Twitch career. No, it's not, dude. Hosts don't do any, like, they do something, but you have to already have something. That's the catch. You have to already generally have something. I would say that, you know, for every 999 people that do this, only maybe one would ever succeed, and I think that they're banking on that. Yes, hosted a lot for Sanch because he had something, but I wouldn't have gone to the lengths that I did to try to help Sanch if I didn't already think, dude, this guy has something. This guy is very good at streaming. Now, I'm not going to say, no, not Onion as well. Onion is an exact fucking example of what's going on. I have a Korean Challenger player that speaks English in my house, okay? He is surrounded by me and Nemesis, gets hosted by both of us, has been top of LSF for like a month straight, numerous times on fucking, you know, Korean Highlight Channel, YouTube clips, bunch of other stuff. He's had fucking interviews. He's been on my stream. He's been on a co-stream. I've given him 15K viewer hosts. Doesn't matter. Viewer count always drops back down to 200 because it doesn't fucking matter. Okay? He's a Challenger Korean top laner. He played cross server and got Challenger on NA. So, no, don't tell me it's not consistent, dude. You fucking ruin his Twitter, Goobo. I know who the fuck you are. You're doing a terrible job at his Twitter. His Twitter's a fucking joke. It's not comedic. You don't know branding either. You're part of the problem. Dude, I'm gonna call you out right the fuck now! Who the hell do you think that you're coming in here trying to lecture on content creation and branding? You've ruined his fucking Twitter! Someone's gonna look at that and think he's a fucking pervert or some goddamn fat weirdo! What are you doing? You shouldn't have that password! I've even said that to him! But because he doesn't know what the fuck's going on either, he continues to let you have it! Shut the fuck up! Dude! God! You're part of the problem! It's not because he's not consistent, he was consistent. He streamed every goddamn day for 2 months straight. He played cross-serve on NA, tried to do collabs with other people. He tried to duo stream with people. He did stuff with Sanch. He did it with a lot of other people. He didn't make it, dude. He's depressed. He drinks. He does a ton of other fucking shit because streaming, in part, somewhat is luck. And you have to have something special. So while he could be a pro player, because he's good enough to be a pro player, streaming, with the way that he tries to do stuff and a bunch of other things, it doesn't work. Fuck, man. People like you are part of the problem. Holy shit. Try to, like, lead people down some random path that they don't get it. They're clearly not getting it. What they're doing isn't working. Please barrage me for trying to help him. You're not trying to help him. You're harming him. Dude, it doesn't matter if someone says they're trying to help you while they're cutting off your fucking arm. Jesus! Anyways. God, dude. God. It's so... Dude! Let me duplicate tab. What's this fucking... Hold on. Let me get this. GP main high elo career eating onions. What is the help here, by the way? What is the help? Do you think, like, here's what I'm thinking. Here's what I'm thinking when I see this. This person is either not serious. You have the most unpleasant photos. He's goofing around and like all of them. What is the message I get by looking at this Twitter? Every photo's unpleasant, dude. Every photo is unpleasant. Dude, this is more cringe than me saying down bad every 10 minutes. Or vape niche. Oh my god. Oh god, I just had to. Dude, I'm just so sorry, but you're not helping him. And it's something that makes me really angry because like he's probably just done. Someone can only like go up and then fucking crash, plummet so many times before they're just done, right? He notified me about a week ago. This is like his last month playing League. If he fails, he's leaving, and everything. He's done. I don't know. I don't know. I can't do anything anymore. He's lived with me for 2 years. So many different hosts, raids, fucking invites on stream. But there are some things. You're right with one thing. He's inconsistent, but not in the way that you're saying that he's inconsistent. Okay, thanks, Kubo. Okay, anyways, I watch Onion when he streams, but he's not streaming frequently. Well, he's not streaming frequently, yeah, because of other reasons. But okay, let's fast forward. As a Twitch manager, I usually just watch their streams as well to advise on like certain things viewers want to see to make sure they know how to get higher viewer count. Okay, well, again, this is also really vague language. Now the thing is like, it's kind of weird, right? Because you're only gonna know really your own field, in a weird way. You're only really gonna know your own field. There's very few people that I think can get into content creation just in general, right? Most people actually they perceive streaming as something that's really easy. What they've never probably ever done or been in a position to do is always having to be on for 6 to 8 hours at a time and interacting with an audience, right? That's actually a pretty weird thing to do if you've never frequently done it. And when the viewer count goes up, it starts to get higher. Yeah. Ty Lopez. I mean, Ty Lopez. I mean, there was a huge thing about that on YouTube, right? Anyways, 30% is pretty high, man. Haha. And I get it if someone's under a 100 viewer streamer, but this is my full-time job. I can't afford that. Okay, understandable. What about 20%? So he tries to lower it. I barely have enough to put to rent as it is. I'll have to pass. Too risky. True. Smart move. Because on month 1 and month 2 of him doing this, he will function at a net loss. Okay? So now, again, there is a math equation. When does he eventually break even? Now, the reason that I would say this is very scummy is because month 1, 2, and 3, net loss. There is no fucking way that you are going to immediately start making more money on day 1. There's no way on week 1. There's no way on week 2. It is not fucking possible because you need time to build up a channel. You need time for hosts to stick. You need time for unique viewers to come through to your stream from different time zones, start liking you enough, and then tuning in at those different time zones to get the rotation. Look now, if you want an example of this, look at what happens to me and Nemesis if we stream during NA hours versus if we stream during EU hours. Our viewership is sliced. It's really bad. It's like really bad for us to do it. If we try to do NA, versus EU, right? Or like whatever. And a lot of this is because you have to understand your region demographic as well. So there's that. No, he didn't just offer something. He can... Oh, my God, dude. Because you're putting a person who is already telling you that they're in financial woes into a position where they will operate at a net loss for at least the first 3 fucking months. And if you actually know what the service is that you're offering, you would already fucking know that with your proposition, which means that you're actually putting them into a bigger hole than they're already fucking in for a temporary amount of time. So if there was a difference here, it would say, I won't take anything for the first 3 or 4 months, and then I'll start taking it or something. That's when it gets different. Holy shit, dude. You've never dealt with scummy people or con men or manipulative people or people who are mostly only interested in self-preservation or fucking... God, it's so sick, dude. Oh, God, dude. People like you are the reason people like this can exist. It's so sick. It's so sick. Oh, my God. They're just like sheep, just standing in the field, just waiting to be slaughtered. You're just waiting to be slaughtered. Oh, fuck, man. God, I can't. It makes my blood boil that someone doesn't see it that way. Wow. So the reason that they're able to be taken advantage of is because they're naive. And if he truly understood the demographic, okay, or the landscape of doing what he's doing, right, which is ultimately what he's offering, he would already know this to be the case. And the reason that I think it's so bad is because of this line. Stream dying, getting fat, locked into apartment, lease so bills are fucking my mental. You already know the person is struggling to pay rent, struggling with bills, okay? If you really know what's going on, you know that the first few months, they're going to operate at a net loss. Now, the thing is that even after a few months, there's actually no guarantee. There's no guarantee. And anyone who's operated... Now, here's the thing. I have no doubt in my mind that there are certain teams that can do this, right? I think if offline TV... or like fucking OTK or something, like promise to pump you, right? We're talking the fucking the kingdoms, okay? If like these people promise to pump you and they gave you stuff, yeah, you can probably like you can probably expect stuff immediately. The thing is you look into the analytics of like a lot of things that are going on here, and there's just no way. There's just no way. Now, also, again, it's because of the vague language. It's because of the vague language. The vague language is mostly what does it. Now, also, you have nothing else to also go off of. This is where my other gripe with this is you don't have anyone else to go off of. Right? If I said like, oh, you pay me this amount of money and I'll try to make you into like a League of Legends coach or something like that. You come live with me in Korea and all this other stuff, right? And I cite like Max as an example or something like that. First off, I would never do that because Max had to have the ability in the first place, right? It's not something that you can, I think you can't just decide to do it. But then on top of that, there's no guarantee. So I would never make that offer. I have turned down people. Dude, people have told me, so obviously, ever since COVID, I don't do the IRL coaching in Korea anymore. I don't do it. And even when I was doing it, I stopped doing it. Most people that attempted to do it wouldn't complete it, number one. Most people who wanted to do it were unwell. In my experience, they were unwell. They had a lot of problems going on, and they had some idea of what the coaching would do and what it would translate to and all this other stuff, and I started feeling really fucking bad. I couldn't do it anymore. Eventually, I got to like an interview process. He said the examples of Donell and Stevens, and these two barely get 250 viewers, and they're already friends, and doubt that they do the two. I mean, okay, that's red flag. I mean, if they're getting 250 viewers, I mean, yeah, that's a massive red flag. It's a massive red flag. It doesn't even make any sense. Now, what you can also do is I'm not gonna say, I'm not gonna fucking bring it up exactly, but you can do some research on some of the stuff that's going on here on YouTube. You can find testimonials, you can find like other stuff, right, that's going on. So that's why I think that this is extremely disturbing behavior, right? Well, understandable. Okay, KK, no problem. I hope shit works out though. Like I said, might just be the timing. Barely have enough to put to rent as it is. I'll have to pass. I mean, so I think that from the outsider's perspective, thank you, Lippo Lane. Thank you. You want another example of someone that knew that something just wasn't working? Now, I don't mean to do him bad like this, but let's reference Crowny. Okay? Crowny was getting juiced by me, Lemon, Sanch, and Rat IRL. Juiced like a motherfucker. On his own, it did not translate into something that was sustainable. And he knew that, which is actually, when push came to shove, why he went to Vitality instead of coming to Korea. One of the last conversations that I had with him was, he said, I know this isn't going to work out. I'm getting too much exposure, but it's not translating into viewership. It's not translating into stuff. I think the amount of effort that I would need to do to become a streamer is really hard. He thought he just wouldn't make it, right? Because he would get gigantic hosts, gigantic raids, everything on Twitter, Crowny Comet, so many things that we tried so fucking much, and it didn't stick. It stuck with Nemesis, which is kind of weird. Why did it stick with Nemesis and not with Crowny? Because most people thought Crowny was the funny one. Crowny is the one with the memes everywhere. But it stuck with Nemesis. Now, I thought Nemesis, so real talk here. Some people fucking don't know that. I don't even know if I should say this. When I was talking to Mr. Gengar Nold, okay, about both Crowny and Nemesis, there was a point where Arnold, okay, thought that maybe he couldn't get both, okay? I kept pushing for Nemesis because I thought Nemesis has more possibility. Now, there's some reasons why Nemesis has, I thought, more possibility, okay? Because Nemesis seemed to be malleable when it came to streaming. Nemesis seemed adaptive. Nemesis seemed opportunistic in a lot of ways. These are all really good traits for streamers. In addition to that, Nemesis was a mid laner that could play every role. So there was a lot of other stuff. So I thought that there was probably more likelihood to do stuff with Nemesis, and I also thought Nemesis would be more committed towards doing it, right? Nemesis also doesn't get toxic on, well, I mean, he does get toxic, but he doesn't get toxic where he starts typing novels in chat. So, I mean, that's pretty much, that's one of the differences, I guess. But anyways, so this was the drama on Twitter. Wicked chimes in and says, ruthless businessman. You could see it from that perspective. The reason that I take such a gripe with it is because, again, if you do actually possess the skill set that you're claiming to offer to this person, you know that you're directly sinking them for at least the first few months. After the first few months, they're still probably operating at a net loss, which means that, again, there's a graphic that needs to be had here. The other thing that now some people in my chat have even alluded to is that some of the people that were mentioned are actually not even successful themselves when it comes to this. So it's pretty bizarre. It's very, very, very bizarre. Also, 2 years, too long in esports. Way too long in esports. Take it from me. What was I doing 2 years ago? What was I doing 2 years ago? We're coming up on the eve that I had a breakdown on stream, streaming TFT to sub 1K viewers. I didn't know what I was doing anymore. I had a breakdown with Papa Smithy, okay, on the phone at fucking 3 a.m. on a fucking night walk. Had a breakdown with Papa Smithy, and I didn't know what to do. Now look at me. I'm more. I don't even. Dude, my life is a fucking roller. I don't even know what's going on anymore. Which is also why I'm in a constant state of fucking paranoia and why I'm always online. You guys ever noticed I'm always fucking online? Because I'm constantly paranoid. I have to always be online. Because if you're always online, people can't lie about you. Okay? That's basically, like, I was in that kind of paranoia state. Right? So it's sort of whatever. Now, along the way, I've wanted to do a lot of things that build people up. Like, you know, like tried to do it with Onion, right? We really tried. Now, I think Onion could do stuff. I think he could, but I don't think that he's willing to, which is totally different. Doing it at his own pace, at his own accord, it doesn't work at all, right? And he's inconsistent in other areas, okay? It's totally fine. It's totally fine. Okay. He hasn't been doing any content that was what? I don't know what that means. I found this weird gift button. Thank you, Lipolane. Thank you so much. Thank you. You should find the bits button to add another badge next to your name, Lipolane. Yes, Nemesis got a massive push when he came to Korea. No, I do not think that Crowny would have been the same because, again, we're all sort of competing against each other once we're out here. Originally, the plan was that we would stream around the clock. Crowny seemed to be more popular with Americans. So one of the original plans was whatchamacallit? One of the original plans was that Nemesis would stream midday into night, I would stream night into NA, and then I would give it to Crowny, and Crowny would do NA into Europe. We'd always have been online. It would have been 8-hour stream cycles. And we would have always been online. That was the plan. Now, when Nemesis was willing to make the leap, Nemesis almost went to NA. Okay? Nemesis almost went to NA. I had to pull out the calculator and notepad, had to go over the fucking tax brackets, had to go over all the other fucking stuff, compare it to Korea, compare it to all this other stuff, starting a fucking company, starting an LLC, doing all this other good jazz, and like, then I had to show him sponsorships, and then I had to get him in my talent agency, then I had to show him all of my analytics, and then I had to, we had to do all these other things, and then I had to add him to the Patreon, which he's supposed to get a cut of, and like all this other stuff, and yada 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 yada, right? So I had to go through kind of a lot to try to help Nemesis. Now I want to help out other people in the same way. I'm not gonna charge 30%. But the point is that it doesn't matter if you just help them. You have to teach them how. So like, but it's not vague. Oh my god, you have to teach them how. Which is also why, like most like coaching sites, right? I flame most coaching sites because they don't actually teach you how to do it yourself. They just tell you stuff, which it doesn't do anything. Now, the fudge factor. Hold on, let me find this. Give me a second. Oh, I don't have too long left. I have a meeting in 26 minutes. I just wanted to come on here and get my daily mold in. Fudge factor linked this video. And he said he just linked this video to me. He didn't say anything. I wanted to talk about for a long time. Pros are beginning to stagnate. Around last year in Worlds, I couldn't help but notice a lot of teams making elementary macro mistakes, the mistakes themselves being masked by teams' abilities to swiftly outmuscle their opponents. In this video, I talk about examples, including even in Korea. Certain teams aren't very good at proper macro during early, mid, and are very slow to adapt and truly improve. The most obvious example of this is inside of Samsung Galaxy. Sounds really weird. Teams are failing at the same things. Of course, Kesh is in the recommended. No shit, I listen to TikTok. I love her music. I told you guys. A lot of my old LS logics are starting to come to fruition, which is also another thing that probably keeps K-Drill up at night. I don't know. Who knows? So, I mean, a lot of these patterns are like really obvious in the scene, right? Patterns with pro play, patterns with content creation, branding, and all this other stuff. Now, there's a lot of branding that I don't even fucking know. I don't know, right? But I'm not going to pretend to know it. Now, I do feel pretty confident when it comes to, like, knowing, some stuff about, like, branding and the ecosphere of, like, LoL esports as well as, like, some other stuff. But, you drop me in another fucking bowl and I'm like a fish out of water. So it kind of gets really weird, you know. So, anyways, the drama. Getting back to it. So that was the twit longer. Okay. Professor Akali tweets, "Hey man, don't want to get involved, but surely when everyone's telling you you're wrong, you have to take a step back and take a second to reflect on maybe if there's more to that than the negative first thoughts you had." There's not! And he's not wrong! How can you say he's wrong while simultaneously claiming to actually understand the sphere? Fucking gaslighting! What? Dude! Let's pull up analytics! Let's pull open some fucking websites! Let's take a look at some sites and some analytics! Let's see what the fucking data actually says! How about you cite examples of people actually being lifted up by shit like this? Why are some of the people that are cited and referenced actually not even succeeding themselves? If I wasn't struggling to pay rent every month back then, maybe the 20% offer wasn't bad. It was. How do you expect me to not go to collections, losing 20 to 30% of my income every month? Exactly. Thank you. The offer might not have been bad, but the timing of the offer was inconsiderate and unwanted. Okay. You're not thinking in the full picture. In the first month alone from getting constant 2 to 3K hosts, you'd likely end up having much more than if you hadn't signed anything. No. 2 to 3K hosts. What's the stickage? What's the stickage? What's the stickage? What's the stick? What's the stick? It worked with fogged? So, okay. Okay. SRO. The reason I'm reacting the way that I am to this is because this isn't the first time. Okay? There should be a little bit of reading between the lines here on why am I wanting to chime in on this. This isn't the first rodeo hearing about this from, you know, this stuff. But, you know, okay. No, there's no way he'd make. I would bet money that he would not. I would genuinely bet money he would not make more from 2 to 3K hosts. Also, the host would have to be daily to even actually make an impact. They'd have to be daily, and the stick is not gonna matter. %50 of YouTube. What? Oh my god. With that said, I do see how you think the timing is bad, and obviously there's something to gain from signing you. However, in my... You're damn right there is, yeah. However, am I on it? Because if he just suddenly decides to stop, well, you get to reap the benefits for the first few months until he realizes that nothing's happening. You get to use and abuse him for a couple of months, guaranteed, because you already know he has a source of income. You already know you're getting a little bit of juice. A little bit of juice. You're gonna pump him, you know? Oh my god. If you truly cared about his content or even him as a content creator valued on your own team, couldn't you take the context of the scenario into consideration and offer to potentially cover his rent for X? Holy shit! Forrest coming back with the fucking facts. So this is what I said earlier about allowing the first couple of months to be free. Because that's what you would do. And then take what you were owed in the contract. Why would it ever come down to this, oh, I realize the scenario is bad for you, but you're missing out here and I wanted you on my team, lols, this doesn't make sense, bro. But also, I will say, it seems like you just posted this in the first place, forgotten out of some personal spite with Karasmai, which only sparked now because of a solo queue game, which is also true! That's true! Something's obviously, well, I mean, I already cringed at the bottom of the twit longer. Where is it? What the fuck is this shit? Okay, don't flex your rank in League with me when, dude. Oh my god, dude. Dude. This is bad. This is down bad. Oh my god. It's down bad. All right. Let's see. I don't think there's any other posts, are there? Wait, let's see. Red Mercy. I've been in the scene a very long time and seen a lot of shit, and to be honest, I don't know if I would call this scummy. He didn't seem to be aggressive about it. Just oh, cool. So someone just has to be aggressive when they're trying to fuck you. That's really good. Yeah. That's great logic. Yeah. Yeah. So when the con man's like really polite, well shaven, and he like offers you a deal, because he's not aggressive, it's fine. Dude. Dude. He said, no problem. Hope it works out. Oh my god. 30% revenue over 2 years. Not scummy. That's a great deal. Hilarious. Come on, man. He didn't put... You're in my chat. Show yourself. I know you're here. I know you're here. Show yourself. Show yourself. I know you're here. I recognize you. I can't not recognize this. Come here. Where are you? Where are you? You're banned. Where are you? Speak up. Jesus Christ. Where are you? I swear to God. Oh my God. Oh my God. He didn't push on it. He offered to help in a mutually beneficial. It's not mutually beneficial. You don't understand the space. Oh, 10%. Yeah, cool. I'm not commenting on whether the ideal... I'm not commenting on whether the deal is good or not. That's up to them to decide. It's not. I'm just saying he wasn't aggressive or an asshole about it and trying to... Dude, saying... I mean, this is tone policing. Or it's like the opposite of tone policing. It's saying that because there wasn't an aggressive or asshole-less tone to what the person was saying, that it somehow, doesn't mean it was bad. It's like the opposite of tone policing. This is weird. This is like when people try to tell me that I'm wrong because I like to get a little bit loud for fucking, spectacle. I like to get a little bit loud. I like to, use fucking body motion and all this other stuff so that the memory sticks harder, and that it gets across. And then fucking, like, what? And then they tell me I'm wrong because I'm not saying it in a way that they would like. He was playing the sympathetic card hoping to let me... Yes, exactly! If he's going to argue his side so much, why does he delete his tweets? On stream, you compare yourself to a YouTube manager saying they take 50%. This is a good offer. YouTube managers do a shit ton of and make you money without you doing anything. All you would have done is hosted here and there and told me generic ways to boost my numbers, which might not even be accurate. The tips that he might be dude, it would be like me going to fucking... Well, actually, no, I guess it's not actually the same because they're in the same sphere. They're both in lowly sports, right? Oh, it's kind of weird. Oh, my God. But you don't even know if okay, what works for me wouldn't work for Sanch. Does that make sense? It's totally different. What works for me doesn't work for Sanch. What works for Sanch doesn't work for me. Okay? And yes, I'm talking about women. Ah, fuck, I couldn't get that. Jesus Christ. All right, I couldn't get that one out. It's fine. No, I couldn't. Oh, Jesus. It's not an L. God damn it. True. Sanch can't grow by talking about LCS, LEC, LCK, the extreme ends of lowly sports. That's not how he grows. He grows by being himself, without any dependency on those things. Sanch is just naturally very good at streaming. There's a couple of other streamers that are genuinely really good at streaming. Like, a lot of people, I don't know, it seems like fucking meta right now. I've talked about this multiple times. It seems like it's like meta to shit on fucking XQC or something. Like, it feels like anytime I bring him up, like, there's that YouTube clip where people are like shitting on XQC. XQC is a really good streamer. XQC is extremely good. He's a god at streaming. It's really weird. Tyler is very good at streaming. Asmongold is insane at streaming. Dude, I was watching a stream the other night. He had 50, you know, I mean, he had a casual 59K viewers or something. He was still replying to chat. It was so crazy. I'm like, how are you doing this? And then I think to myself, maybe if I wasn't blind in one eye, you know, like, God. Oh, God, it's sick. Should host it for 30%. Oh my God. Amaranth is respectable in a lot of ways. Oh yeah, I heard the Heretic was banned, right? The Fox. Is that true? The Heretic, right? She was perma'd. She lost partnership. What did she do? I don't even know. Okay, the Heretic. Yeah, well, I mean, Amaranth's the queen. So here's the reason that Amaranth is really cool. Do you guys ever tune in to her? Well, of course you do. You guys tune into her stream, and you notice when someone says something dumb in chat, she doesn't, like, put on, like, she doesn't, like, raise her voice to, like, high pitch and be, like, girly and shit. She, like, says it in the most fucking monotone, like, you're a fucking idiot. Like... Or she just, like, calls them out. Dude, she's based. Like, I've been there too many times where she just doesn't give a fuck. She just knows everyone's gonna watch her anyway. So she just flames the guy in chat. It's so sick. But, like, Indie Fox, she gets a sub and she makes it think you're gonna get married to her or something. It's so weird. Thank you. And she, like, fucking adjusts her bra strap or something. I wish I had tits. Jesus fucking Christ. Who, you know? Hot tub meta. Actually, I don't know. Who knows, man? Who knows? God damn. All right. Well, okay. So, now he's deleting his tweets. That is a little bit suzzed. All right, let's see. Solar Baka. Oh no, Rebecca. Don't know about this one. Looks like he offered you a deal that is for sure not the best for your situation. True. But tried to work with you to find something feasible. Okay, 10%, 10% off is not feasible. 10% off is not feasible. Here's the thing. Well, actually, no. I guess my success rate with doing this is actually pretty high. But then again, I don't do it with anyone. Who have I done it with? Max. I did it with Max. I did it with Lemon. Who else? I mean, okay. Onion can make money. He chooses not to. Right? Fudge is another one. I mean, I've done it with a lot of people, but Sanch is not a solo thing. Sanch is not a solo thing. And I wouldn't say that I made Sanch. I would say that I fucking tried to help people notice him. Sanch made himself, man. Sanch is fucking sick. He put in the grind. He put in the hours. He did the collabs. We gave a lot. Mo helped a ton. Sanch is sick. Dude, Sanch fucking made, like, the reality is that Sanch helped me a lot, too. Like, people don't realize this. That was like... Honey, 뭐야? What the fuck? They're slamming their desk like a bunch of hooligans. Sanch was like one of those, like, dude, Sanch made me feel more whole than I think I could ever have helped Sanch. Do you know what I mean? Sanch helped me be myself and also not stressed on stream. Do you know what I mean? Whenever we would be in calls together. It was easier to stream with Sanch around. It was much easier. The co-streams, some of the best streams I've ever had on Twitch. The coaching streams, very fun, very casual, very just like, you know, a lot of stuff. So like, even if like a lot of people think that I help Sanch a lot, which I mean, the hosts and raids were they were very big, right? From like LCS and LEC and whatnot, whatever. The reality is that he was also a really big part of my growth because I blew up in 2020. It's been a year and a half. 2 years ago. We're almost on the eve. It was, I believe it was July. I think it's 10th or 11th. We're almost on the eve of it, where I had a breakdown on stream because my viewership went all the way back down. Now I still had I don't know, 2K subs, but I was like 1K CCVs. I was like 1 to 1.2K CCVs. I had like hate watchers showing up, like reminding me that like the viewership graph just kept going down and like all this other stuff and yada yada yada, right? So it made me really stressed. I couldn't decide between TFT and LoL because stuff just wasn't working. And I went back to LoL, right? And it was rough, man. It was really rough. Now, fortunately, I was casting LCK at that time. LCK. So I had like other income. I really did enjoy playing TFT, yeah. All right. Yeah, so so here I mean, here's the thing. Here's what's hilarious. Rebecca, listen. I don't know if you're ever going to see this. If you think this was a good deal, listen, buddy. I'll give you hosts. You give me 30%. You want to do this, Rebecca? We can look. You want to? You know what? Actually, fuck it. I'll do this for 15. How about 15, buddy? 15. Get Nemesis in on it too. We'll do 7.5. This is becoming Shark Tank overnight. Like, I don't even know what's going on. What is going on? We do a little scamming. Oh my lord. 10% shit. No, but I wouldn't want to do that. If I thought someone was... No, I wouldn't want to do that. Also, I think I could get in trouble with T1. I don't know. I'd have to ask Joe. Now, don't get me wrong. We are making a team thing. So, you guys have asked, like, the League Nightmare logo. You guys know what I'm talking about? The League Nightmare logo? People have asked, what is the, LS highlights? You guys have asked what the spade is. People have asked, what's the spade? The spade's the logo. We're trying to get the company together, me and Nemesis. We're trying to get the company together, and we're trying to get, like, other stuff together. Dude, this highlight channel is, like, unnecroing. It was inactive for, like, ever, and I don't know how it's getting so many views, because I never promote it. I get DMs all the time that, like, someone's stealing my content and impersonating me. Everyone, like, doesn't know this is my channel. But this is a highlights channel. This isn't even my main channel. And the viewership is like, it just keeps going up. It's so weird. I don't know what's going on. I actually don't know what's going on. This is sick. It's great support. Because this channel's not entering algorithm. This channel's just not entering algorithm. It's so weird. So if you're a part of like the 70K like dedicated fucking LS viewers, thank you guys a lot, really. Because it seems like the amount of people that genuinely follow my content is somewhere around like, from all like the analytical data that like me and T1 have tracked, it's somewhere around 250,000 that like actively seek it out and watch it. They don't always watch it once, but it's around 250,000, which is a lot of fucking people, which is insane. Now, obviously, there's more people that cycle through, but the dedicated number is about 250,000. Which is super insane. And one of the things I want to do is I want to have more languages. I want to get my shit translated into other languages, and I want to have that as a feature on my videos. But I don't know how much that translates into growth. I don't know. So it's kind of weird. But it is hard. It's very hard, and also, to my knowledge, it's very expensive, which is why it's very risky to do. It's very expensive, and I don't have any way to tangibly know if it yeah. So anyways, me and Nemesis are making a team, right? That's what Envoy is. And that's what the spade is. The spade is a part of the symbol. But we are making a team for content creation. It's probably not going to be very soon. We're trying to figure it all out. And we're trying to get more people to join in with it for content creation. Once that happens, we will do some of the stuff that's like they're mentioning in the tweet, right? With like hosting, rating, collaborative content, and like all this other stuff. No, we're not going to take anything. It doesn't make any sense to take anything. The only thing I take money for is the endorsed. So you guys know this, right? In my Discord, right? You guys know this. You know the endorsed coaching slot in my Discord, right? I have to go in like 3 minutes. Fuck. You guys know this, right? The endorsed coaching slot. So here's what I do. I take $10 or 10%, whatever is higher, okay, on the coaching slot. People that have that role, okay, now there's basically no one that has that role. But people that have that role make thousands because the amount of messages that they get. Yeah, Snow makes a lot of money. Snow makes a lot of money. Now, I don't add people to the role.
Actually, there is a way to know if you check out your YouTube channel and see how many people and where are they.
And 10% of just the coaching. So if they do a coaching with someone from the server, yeah. If they do a coaching with someone from the server, I get $10 or 10%, whatever's higher. Only on coaching from within the server. Yeah, that's it. That's the only thing. So in case anyone tries to call me out for something like this, I don't know. Okay. Generally like your content, but I don't see how Karasmai is scummy. Do you generally believe he was trying to maliciously swindle? Yes, he is. FP said no. Karasmai said okay. Good luck anyway. Wait, I already responded to this. Absolutely, he is. Absolutely. T-Flow, $5. Do you think... We're out here talking about branding and content creation and, like, drama in the league scene. Yeah, LS, what are your thoughts on Chemtech Future Fire? I think it's pretty OP. IMO, it's the most efficient, cost-efficient item in the game right now. Thoughts? Oh my god, dude, read the room! What? Oh my god! Oh my god. I gotta go. I have a meeting. Guys, I gotta go. Adil! Actually, there's a way to know if you check out your YouTube channel and see how many people and where they are from, example. Yeah, I know that. But what I mean is I don't know how much having subtitles translates into new people coming. That's all. All right, guys. All right. I gotta go. So I'm looking for someone to host. 40% of today's revenue. 40%. No, Joe, I'm kidding. John, this is not a real offer. I'm memeing. Okay, listen. We're out here calling out scammers, okay? On T1CO randomly strolls in. All right, I gotta go. I have a meeting. Joe, I hope that you are enjoying Hawaii. What did he say? What did he say? Oh my god, I can't even find him. Chat's moving too fast. Based. Hello, Joe. Whoa, my god, what? What does it say? LS, is Joe really that awesome? True. Look, let me tell you guys a story about Joe. Okay, let me tell you a story about Joe. I'm a minute late, okay? I said Joe. No, never mind. I'll save the story about Joe. I'll save it for next time. Joe's the only person in the entire esports industry who I think works an unholy amount. Now, what do I base that off of? He's the only other person I know that's always awake when I am. So, that's it. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.